video is just for entertainment purpose. So if you are homophobic, kindly leave. This story has nothing to do with. Scene shift to the basement. Taehyung stands over Kookie's parents, his face twisted in mask of. He holds a gun in his hand and barrel pressed against Miss Jones' temple. Taehyung, you saw your own son to be used and abused, and now you will pay for it. His low skin tones and shivers down her spine, each word spoken with deliberate clarity. I will show everyone exactly what happens when they try to hurt something precious to me. His eyes narrow strangely as he looked at Mr. Cheon. Should I make it quick or slow? Without waiting for a response, Theon pulls the trigger. The sound of the echoing through the basement. Mrs. Cheon falls to the ground, lifeless. Mr. Cheon shouts in fear. Theon then turns to Mr. Cheon, a cruel smile on his face. Theon, and now for you. I think I will take my time, Smith. Mr. Cheon screamed. No, no, please don't. Please, he is the one who forced me to do this. I am innocent here. How cruel of him. He put all blame on his wife. Theon chuckles darkly, twiddling between his fingers as he steps closer to Mr. Cheon, trembling. Figure, you can't even be loyal to your wife, Cheon. How pathetic. You both didn't show mercy when you sold your own son. So why should I show any to you? Theon, his expression softens unexpectedly, and he lowers the slightly. You know, I have been wondering, why did you do it? Sell your own flesh for money, the power. Mr. Cheon weeps, still ringing in his ears. Tears streak down his face as he shuffles backward. I'm sorry, we needed the money for the gambling debits. Theon, eyes flash with fury once more, and he slams them against the chair, splitting the wood with a violent crack. Gambling, you used your child as a payment? He shakes his head in disgust. His voice becomes a deadly whisper. You ain't worthy of being called his father. You betray my kitten to satisfy your addiction. He raises the slowly steady, staring his iron. Now it's time for you to pay. In full, dark voice. Mr. June widened his eyes in fear. No, no, please, no, he screamed when Theon pulled the echoing in the small room. Mr. June collapsed to the ground lifeless. Theon stands there breathing heavily, smoking in his hand. He turns to leave, but pauses, a chilling thought crossing his mind. He returns to Mr. June's body and kneels down, searching through his pockets. After a moment, he pulls out a crumpled piece of paper. A photograph. It's a picture of his kitten, smiling and carefree, from before everything changed. Theo stares at the photograph, his eyes softening. He traces the outline of his face with a trembling finger, a wistful smile tugging on his lips. Such a beautiful smile, stolen by those who were supposed to protect you, my innocent kitten. He sees the photo. He carefully folds the photograph and tucks it into his shirt pocket, right over his heart. Rising to his feet, he takes one last glance around the room, drinking in the grisly scene, a fitting end for those who dare to betray my own innocent kitten. Without further hesitation, Theon turns to leave, his presence already shifting back to that calm, collected demeanor. But as he walks past Miss Jones' now lifeless body, his voice carries a haunting whisper. They will never hurt you again. The darkness returns to his eyes. No one will. Other side, Jungkook was sleeping peacefully asleep on their comfy bed, completely unaware of a gruesome scenes unfolding in the basement. His small face is scrunching up slightly in his sleep, as if even in his dreams he is finding some comfort and happiness. Soon the room door opens and Theon enters and sees his fluff ball was sleeping cutely. He peered at his pure innocent kitten. He came closer and see he was pouting in his deep sleep. Under his breath, how can his kitten Even in his sleep, he was about to let but stop and he saw in his hand. He take a deep breath and controlling he left to take a shower. Taehyung turns on the shower. The sound of running water fills the room. He quickly strips off his clothes, eager to go back to his kitten. While Taehyung was in the shower, still half asleep, he wakes up, rubbing his eyes quickly. The sound of water running catches his attention, and he stumbles out of bed to investigate. He opens the bathroom door just as Taehyung finishes cleaning himself. His sleepy eyes widen as he takes in Taehyung's arm still wet from the shower. The blood stains are gone, a blush left on his face. He stands there, unsure whether to come in or leave. He gave a slow whisper. Taehyung flinched by sudden voice. Oh, Bob, what are you doing here? He asked quickly, wrapping the bathrobe around himself. He watches as Taehyung wraps the bathrobe around himself, his tiny eyes still wide with a mix of confusion and innocence. He takes a step forward, his little feet padding softly on the cold bathroom floor. I hate the water and I wanted to see where it was coming from. Bob, Taehyung. Sorry, Papa. I disturbed my kitten's sleep. He picked Kookie, making him sit on the counter. He giggled softly as Taehyung woke him up, his tiny arms wrapping around his neck. He hid his face against Taehyung's chest as Taehyung made him sit on the bathroom counter. Looks up at Taehyung curiously, big, his big eyes blinking innocently. Dad, Taehyung just kitten kissing his voice. He face brushes pinned as if this is a way to tilt his head slightly to give better access. Cookie's voice is soft and sweet as he whispers. Did you hurt them really bad? Innocently asked. Taehyung signs, thinking his kitten still worried for them, who didn't even care for him little bit. Taehyung, no need to think about them. They got there, he said in deep husky voice, gently. Cookie gasped at the sudden sensation. He whispers, his small hands gripping Taehyung's shirt. Taehyung gasped and he moves to his collarbone, kissing there. Cookie, his breath catches. His hands move to Taehyung's shoulder, gripping tightly while little whimpering sound escapes his lips. His legs wrapped around Taehyung's, pulling him closer. Taehyung smirked at his kittens. He continued his body trembled with a mix of excitement and nervous as Taehyung moved on his neck. His finger dug into his shoulder nails tightly, scraping his skin. A soft breath he escaped. Wait, Taehyung stops breathing heavily. What happened? Himself not to scare more his kitten. He gasped at the warmth of Taehyung's touch, sending shivers down his spine. His legs tightened around him more, his small body pressing close to Taehyung in a desperate attempt to feel more of his affection. I'm feeling something in them innocent eyes. Taehyung giggled at his innocence. Why are you so cute, my kitten, kissing his old face? Cookie giggles. Stop, Taehyung. I love you, kitten's serious voice. Cookie melts into his terrace, embarrassed, nuzzling. Tears well in his eyes. You really mean that even though I am so much smaller than you, even though I can protect you like You protecting the eyes. Taehyung eyes become teary, listening that his little kitten wants to protect. How lucky he is to get that innocent pain for himself. He kisses his whole face with teary eyes. Kookie, his tiny hands reach up to gently wipe away his tears. His own eyes shining with adoration. Dad, you always make me feel so safe. You loved. I just don't want anything to happen to you. You are all I have. Snuggles into Theon's neck. Theon picked him, going to bed, make his kitten lay on top of him. Nothing will happen to it. Be there for you always, holding you tight, hiding Cookie in his embarrass. Cookie curls up more, his small body fitting perfectly against Theon's as he buries his face in the crook of his neck, inhaling deeply. He smells so good. His voice is sleepy and content, one of his tiny hands resting on his chest. Theon smiles at his kitten's obsession. Cookie, his sleepy kisses turn into gentle nips and marking Theon's neck possessively. His other hand slowly trails down Theon's chest, popping the buttons of his shirt open one by one, revealing his bare skin. As he reaches the last button, he pauses, his small hands spreading open his shirt to reveal his muscular chest. He looks down at his broad, muscular chest, his tiny fingers tracing the lines of his muscles. He whispers, his voice barely audible, filled with awe, blushing deeply but unable to resist. He trails his small fingers on his canna. He whispers shyly. Theon kissed Cookie passionately. You can get in that, it's only yours. He latches eagerly, his small mouth sucking gently as his tiny hands roam over his. He looks up at Theon with big, round eyes, still his small tongue flicking against it. Theon rises to control himself. Slow down. Cookie slows down slightly, still continuing his work. Theon's Theon now stop it and let's sleep, otherwise you will not be able to sleep. Cookie pouts slightly but pulls away, nuzzling into one last time before looking up at him with sleepy, adoring eyes. My big strong dada. He snuggles against him, his tiny body curling up against things. Good night, and pulling him closer.